Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with SmartOptionTrading.com. It is Friday, the 25th of October. This is our weekly recap. So if you don't know who I am, come visit me at SmartOptionTrading.com. Click on Real-Time Option Flow. It'll tell you all about what I have to offer, morning setups, nightly recaps, all the flow and news and information you need during the day to trade, and it's just for $25 for the first 30 days. Encourage you to give me a try. So the week that was this week, and this was just one of the weirdest weeks we've seen in a long time. And if you look at this chart, you can see here the sell-off we had from the previous all-time high, right? We put that in, sold off, gapped up, trapped all the shorts here underneath the 21-day, right? Didn't think we'd get it going. And then we just spent the last 2 weeks going sideways. And this week, you can see the volume here is very low. How low? We've been doing 35, 36 million a day, which is some of the lowest volume we've seen all year. And the market is consolidating here, not sure what it wants to do. And today they decided to let it loose after starting red. So, whatever direction we've gapped in this week, we've gone in the opposite direction, which is interesting. Pushed up here, we have about 40 minutes to go, and we still haven't taken out the all-time high of 302.63. What's interesting to me here is the ES is trying as well. It's finally almost there. It got within a couple handles and couldn't push. Wouldn't be surprised if they take that out after hours and get the all-time high. So what makes going into next week a little bit more interesting is we have the Fed speak. There's a big article out there by GS talking about that they believe the Fed will cut, but they'll signal this is the last cut and be very hawkish. So bottom line, this was not an easy week to trade. I have a green week. I made money. I traded Tiva a couple times and HAL and Roku a bunch of times. Took a small loss on Facebook, a small loss on AMD. But overall, I kept my winners, I kept everything tight and just found a way to make money and put stuff in and out really easily. I didn't even trade on Wednesday because I didn't like the action. So sometimes, guys, I can't tell you this enough. There's times just to wait for your trade and wait for your next pitch. That said, flow this week has been anything but special. When you look at the flow that's come in this week and what's come in there, you have that big IWM November 165 call buyer. That has my attention still. He's still out there. IWM trying to wake up. We've talked about this market wanting to play value plays. We talked about the banks. I did trim some of my long-term Bank of America position today into the highs of it, up to the highs today, just taking a little bit of profits after I've had it. Can buy it back. If it, for Bank of America, for me, I would buy it back cheaper. But notice the XLF finally taking out this blue line. We'll see if it can hold it this time. For me, why did I take Bank of America? It's extended. If the market wants to dip and I can get a pullback to under 30, I'd buy back what I sold. I sold 60% of my shares. Okay, so that's why I did that today. But overall, when you look at flow here, you notice nothing really sticks out. And for the most part, this is because it's earnings season, and most of the flow is around earnings, and they look to come in afterwards and grab stuff. And there's nothing unusual about that. That's very, very normal for this time of year. But what worked this week and what they did was playing the names that had momentum. Now, I didn't trade Tesla the last 2 days. I'm the only one. A bunch of my subs made fabulous money taking it and breaking it above this point and tracing it in this massive short squeeze. It's in this little gap. That said, this thing is beyond extended here. Again, you have to look at this. This thing has moved almost 80 bucks, right? 80 bucks in the last 2 days. You don't want to be chasing that. Another shocker for me today. Amazon, they bought back that huge weakness off of it. It was down at 1620, 1618 at one point. I mean, almost went green. Okay, big surprise there. So we'll see how these names hold up next week. I still like value plays in the banks here and how they're handling it. Names like Valero had great earnings, getting rewarded, pushing up. Okay, one of the few energy names acting well. The energy sector has been slowly trying to wake up, but no real push yet into this market. Another huge earnings week on tap next week. I will continue to be focused on names like PayPal, which again, nice today. Yesterday's earnings didn't hold today, trying to break above that area. You can see right here, I have that notification set and it's been playing with it. If you look at this on a 5-minute chart, you can see they've been playing with this area all day. They can't hold it, but trying to push it up, right? So that's a nice move. I'll keep you on that one next week. Square remains in focus after a nice big candle yesterday, continuation today. Tried to trade that today, didn't fill on the open. What else I like out there? Keeping an eye on the semis, AMD reports next week. Nice break move today. Sat there at that 3220 area forever. Finally got above it. We'll see if it can hold it now. Micron also pretty much filled that gap, a little bit more to go, but acting much, much better here as it tries to push. And NVIDIA also had a nice strong move today over 200 into the 205 range. So lots of different ideas here as we go into next week. I do hope you all had a great week. Thanks for listening to my video. And I'll post charts over the weekend. Everybody have a good weekend. See you next week.